It is the most favored King of the Hill map, I think, in general. Teams will sometimes play Nepal, then there's Ilios at the bottom. So right now, it does look like 2sTroNk coming out in the very standard King of the Hill lineup we've seen today. Double Lucio, double Tracer, Zarya, and Winston. They will be played respectively by Zave, Mineral.
Oh, so REUNITED is giving us the good old classic.
Yeah.
To some extent.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not quite 2-2-2. They have the Reaper in there as well.
It is so strange that teams aren't running double Winston. Like, they're running everything the same, and then the Winston, who we think is probably the most powerful part of that duo, has been out in the cold.
Honestly, I think it's just EU things. I think when you get to NA tomorrow, it's going to be so much double monkey, double scientist, whatever you want to call it, your head will spin.
Yeah.
But for now, only one scientist on each side, and that's okay. It is interesting though to see the change up here. One side running the Zarya, the other side running the Reaper. I like REUNITED's approach here a little bit more, I gotta say.
I do like Reaper in this current meta right now. I think the damage in his ult is just a little bit better, but it's kind of different styles. One's aggressive, one's kind of reactive.
Lucio right now getting electrocuted to start out the game, but Roster goes a little bit too far deep. Unfixed and Voltage again laying the Tracer DPS, taking him down. Manitin in trouble, also very low. Down he goes. Unfixed completes a double kill. And REUNITED, with the added DPS of that Reaper, able to just roll right over the side of 2sTroNk. This is going to be first control point here to REUNITED.
Yeah, Icefelt commits honorable Sudoku, jumps off the cliff to reset there, not feeding ults there. They're going to try and just kind of fight this as a team, but they're way
already
behind.
Have to switch up. Zarya is dead. Is now full mirror, 2 Lucio, 2 Tracer, Winston, Reaper per each side, and here we go. 2sTroNk getting right back in there immediately. Winston eating some shots to start up as now Manitin now as the Reaper trying to put things in his team's favor. Both teams down one player. Manitin though in all sorts of trouble is going to go down here in just a second. 23 HP is somehow still alive. As Icefelt now has 2 kills so far in this fight, moving into the backline. Tracers everywhere. Sound Barrier though comes out here for REUNITED. It's going to be huge in helping them hold on here as they still have both Tracers here in and around. Unfixed land a big pulse bomb here in just a moment. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, super patient and late Sound Barrier there is actually going to let REUNITED turn this back as they get a couple kills on there. They're still trying to deal with these Tracers. Cleaned up in short fashion there.
I think Morte might have just booped Mineral off the edge, and the only thing I have going on that is the kill feed and the Lucio death scream, so I'll give that to Morte.
Lucio's got a great death scream because it sounds like he's having a good time even on his way down.
Well, not wasting any time, the offense already back in it. All Tracers back into it. 2sTroNk bringing the fight anew. Sound Barrier coming out as well, so off the Sound Barrier, we can be able to be a little bit more aggressive, taking the fight right to REUNITED. Both teams are still at full. As Shades, though, does go down, so does Ruster. 5v5 here, both teams. No Mercy reses in the game. Big Pulse Bomb, though, going to take out Winghaven as Icefelt now getting all sorts of value here on the Tracer.
Yeah, and Icefelt is the standout player on this roster. As he goes, so goes 2sTroNk. So watching him and see what he gets done is going to be a good barometer of where they're doing in a fight. Now, he did die. Morte is cleaning up on point.
Jay's right now moving in, is able to take out one. They take out Ruster as well. So REUNITED retaining control of the point. They didn't even lose control at any point. And now Tracers will be coming out here for 2sTroNk, but REUNITED so far up, I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it for long. Icefelt, though, will get the first overtime. Is it happening? Is the cavalry going to be here as the Tracers do start moving into the battle? Zany going to go down. Winston going down as well, as now they're just streaming in, trying to buy some serious time.
Yep, so we'll see if they are able to get the Miracle Pulse Bomb to bring it back, as we are now at 4 Tracers, 5 Tracers.
The cavalry is here, ladies and gentlemen. The Tracers have started the chaining. But no, they're able to take one out before he touches the point. But no, from the back door comes Zany. Sit down, ladies and gentlemen, get comfortable. This might be going on for a while. The Tracer stall, very much a thing at the moment. But it looks like REUNITED could have ended it here relatively quickly by Tracer stall standards.
Yep, they got it.
Ever get that feeling of deja vu?
So many Tracers.
Score 1-0.
I feel like they might have been too aggressive on their suicides there, unless they really wanted to switch to Tracers. There was a death near the end where the Winston jumped off the ledge after they lost the point, but it was already at like 98%. You think you could just stay alive, maybe stall out on the point. Winston's really good at that too, but they did aggressively suicide there several times to 2sTroNk. Maybe that's a strategy they have in mind.
This is interesting. They're still opening with the Zarya despite what happened in the last map. You'd think that Manitin would be coming out as Reaper, given that the Reaper did just seem to be better than Zarya in this comp matchup, but Manitin gonna be busting out the Zarya again and hoping for better results as round 2 gets underway here in Reunited versus 2sTroNk. Yep, Winston getting right in there. Ruster not wasting any time, running right into Shades' Hellfire shotgun, so will go down immediately. As first kill goes to Reunited, now Reunited gonna be looking to pile on here. Manitin in trouble in the back, just getting drilled by Volataja, has to back out. As Tracers and Lucio's getting into the fray of things.
Yeah, I mean, some of the target choices I don't think are ideal. There was a Tracer who just went very deep trying to take down the Winston, who was also being healed at the same time. I just don't know if that's your biggest problem. Why not group up with a second Tracer and really try to deal with one of the Lucios? Or
Reunited tried to sneak the point in the middle of this fight, but 2sTroNk able to get in. They punish it. They get 3 quick kills. Soundbarrier now out from there, able to take out Cruz, and this should be 2sTroNk's point.
Yeah, Morte's going to stay on it, though, so that they don't flip it and actually lose it. He does get booped, though. There goes Volataja as well.
I don't like that Soundbarrier from Morte. I think it would have been better to just leave it and use Soundbarrier in the next Russian, because they're going to get the point anyways, and now they're just down to Soundbarrier to start the next fight.
I think he had higher hopes for it, thinking that he was going to be able to at least stay alive and stall out, so they weren't going to be able to cap it and hope for reinforcements, but that was very optimistic. And Soundbarrier doesn't help you if you're just going to die by getting booped off the ledge. So I agree with you.
Well, here comes Reunited. They're going to be trying to turn this again to their favor. Moving right in. They don't have Soundbarrier up just yet. Cruz is going to have it in a moment, but Manitin takes out Winghaven very early in this fight. A 6v5 advantage here is underway for the side 2sTroNk. The Soundbarrier comes in a little bit late. Here comes a Pulse Bomb in response, and Sadie takes out 2. Another Pulse Bomb for Unfixed. Does not do anything except kill herself. It went on the Winston. Winston just brought her own bomb right to her. Not the most effective bomb from Tracer.
I think he dropped this. They look really good here. I'm surprised they're not holding right outside the door. Maybe it's because the composition is a little bit squishy that they'd rather just hold on point. But generally, we've seen teams hold right outside the door, fight in the courtyard. This is a kind of a different strategy from 2sTroNk holding on the point.
Pulse bomb coming from Volataja. Here comes a Graviton Surge on the way from the side of 2sTroNk. They use it to kill Winghaven immediately. Again, 6v5 in their favor. And I don't think there's any Pulse Bombs coming out from Reunited here either. This has just been a full fight in favor of 2sTroNk. They had more resources to start out, and they're just going to clean it up.
Yeah, Unfixed is still on the point. Trickles his death late towards the end. They have to switch something up at some point, right? I mean, none of this is working. They're not getting any entry kills. They're kind of bleeding deaths here and there. And maybe they're just waiting for ults to come into play and hope for some Pulse Bombs. They also do have this Death Blossom ready, so maybe that'll be the switching point for this fight.
Alright, Speed Boost is now on the way. Shades moving in. Here comes the Death Blossom going right into them. Soundbarrier going to negate the worst of it, though. They do not get any kills off that Death Blossom. Pulse Bombs, though, coming out here from the side of Reunited. Manitin goes down. Shades getting all sorts of damage in the back line. As Reunited now starting to fight this back in their favor. Certainly looking good for them here so far. A 3-0 advantage. Sandy takes out Shades, but that might be about it. As Reunited going to get the better of that fight. Sound barriers for everyone, but in the end, works out for Reunited, as now they have to hold on for literally the rest of the map.
Just forever. But, you know, that's exactly what 2sTroNk did, like, for the beginning. They brought us to 99% with no problem, so you can definitely hold a map for that long. They're going to hold a little further forward here, right outside the spawn, but 2sTroNk is going to ignore it, just come around the side.
2sTroNk is moving around the side. They're trying to take out Reunited, but Cruz, the double boop, takes off both Manitin and Zave. And that's one way of ending a team fight in your favor as a Lucio.
And that's why you don't push through the side there. As you know, teams running 2 Lucios. Do you think not one of them is going to watch the door?
Yeah, I mean, with double Lucios, you have double the chance of getting booped off the ledge.
It's such a terrible entry point unless you know it's 100% clear. And you can only know that by having someone inside and getting the comm. So taking the risk there to try to aggress on that point is just wrong, and they got punished for it.
Sandino right now moving in, does have Pulse Bomb at the ready, is looking for an opportunity to drop the Pulse Bomb, throws out the Pulse Bomb, does not get the stick. Winston able to give the slip. Both teams though still full strength. Look at Shades though, he's gonna get booped right in. Here comes the Death Blossom, does not get that much, is taken up by Mineral immediately. Very close fight here on the point, and the big Pulse Bomb takes out Winghaven. And now this is danger time for Reunited. As Reunited respawns, so come the Tracers. They know they're losing this fight, and now I would expect to see Winghaven, Morte, and all these people get on Tracers and try and just stall things out in overtime. Because if they don't touch a point here, it is going to be it and over. And no! Winghaven and Shades aren't able to get in time! There will be no 6 Tracer stall.
Yeah, perhaps a glimmer of one of the problems with the new roster is Shade's Death Blossom didn't get enough there, but Soundbarrier came off half a second later. You wait for that, and if you have Death Blossom while Soundbarrier is going on, you're probably not going to die as Reaver. No one's going to do enough damage to you to negate that. They could have gotten so much more off of that. A mistiming of about a second there really cost them their best chance at that last fight. But Shades is new on this roster. Perhaps some of the comms and things are not quite worked out. Or, you know, maybe just someone misclicked. Who knows? But that would have been a nice addition to the Death Blossom with all the extra health of that sound barrier. No double tracers? What nonsense is this? What's happening?
Both teams realize that Pharah is really, really good here on Lijiang Control Point. This is one map where we have not been seeing double tracers, except when one team is about to lose, in which case you get 5 tracers. So Unfixed versus Saini going to be the fight to look forward to here. Whichever Pharah can get the advantage will give their team the advantage in turn. As both teams just getting into it fast and furious here on the point, as Shades picks up the first kill here for REUNITED.
Yeah, it's a nice start. He also takes down the opposing Pharaoh, which means that they're going to have complete control of this guy. This should be first point easily for REUNITED.
Shades just coming in strong, ended up completing 4 kills over the course of that fight. The Reaper play definitely making a difference, and there's not even a Reaper being played here for the side of 2sTroNk, and I wonder if that's a mistake.
I mean, they're running 2 tanks, so I agree that Shade should be on it, but I don't know. There's a single tank for REUNITED. You don't necessarily need the Reaper, but a Reaper's also good against a Reaper, so something they should consider. They might be getting in a 76 at some point, too.
Pulse bomb from Icefeld takes out Winghaven. Actually, both Tracers getting in on the respective Winstons as Shades, Death Blossom in the backline, takes out Saini, does damage to more. And REUNITED looking pretty strong here on the point once again as the offense of 2sTroNk just sort of falling apart.
They're going to have to bring in a McCree or a 76 or just some sort of answer to this Pharah, who's been uncontested hanging out top here. And as soon, it just murdered their Mercy with some nice rockets and just didn't even have to dodge damage or do anything. I mean, maybe they're banking on their own Pharah and Mercy combo being able to deal with it, but that's a lot of pressure. They're going
Barrett coming in right now from the side of the offense. 2sTroNk getting right into the thick of things, looking to turn it in their favor. Saini not able to take out Unfixed though, missing those mid-air rockets. We'll have a Barrage up to his name in a moment. Both teams still at full strength, and Barrage could be on the way here in just a moment. Saini though, not able to land the final rockets he needs. He's been stuck at 99% for so long, and now that he has the Barrage, it might be too late.
Well, Shades got cleaned up early. Ruster's going to try to delay this point, but he's going to get cleaned up towards the end. They're trying to just stall here. But
Taja able to get the last 2 cleanup kills, and that was not good from Saini. He needed to land a rocket earlier to set the Barrage. He was not able to land it. Barrage never came in, and now this is potentially the last push for this round coming out from 2sTroNk.
I don't know, they just haven't had a perfect answer to this combo. They were trying to send their Winston in to just dislodge them, then try to follow it up with their own Pharaoh play. It hasn't been
does
enough.
come out here. Saini with the Barrage over the top, trying to follow it up. Only gets Winghaven as Unfixed now looking to take him out. Pharah v Pharah fight in action. Big Res though going to be coming out from the side of REUNITED. Mercy's arm play for this game the whole round as Icefeld gets in the back, gets a whole lot of value. Here comes a sound barrier, and 2sTroNk with their best chance that they've had all map long.
Yeah, I mean, Wing does have 1,000 HP because he is in Primal Rage, so they are going to try to stall this out, I think, especially with Valataja on the point. He gets cleaned up, though, and that is a flip over. Shades of last map.
So picks up the double kill towards the end, and 2sTroNk able to turn the flow of this back in their favor. Unfortunately for them, though, a lot of ultimates are up for REUNITED as they move into the next fight, including a sound barrier.
So now they're going to have the air advantage as they're taking up top, but I think REUNITED knows that's the problem you have to solve first. They're sending people through top. Stuck.
Saini took out Valataja, but Valataja stuck Mercy. There will be no Mercy res, and now sound barrier up. Here comes Barrage from Unfixed. Does not get anything, just gets melted down instead. And Manitin get a counter with a Graviton Surge. 2 people stuck in it, does not get quite as much run as they would have wanted. Definitely a brawl here between both teams as they fight in and around the point. 2sTroNk though, able to hang on in what was kind of a bad situation. Barrage comes in from Saini, takes out Morte. But Valataja still alive, still cleaning up, still doing work. This could go either way right now, Hex.
A really huge res comes in there late as Shades was just dancing around all sorts of ultimates. This brawl is kind of starting to go in REUNITED's favor as Unfixed and Cruz team up for a couple kills. There are only 3 on the point. Unfixed adds more to his belt, takes down Ruster too. It's just these Tracers and Lucio. I mean, they're going to be able to stall out for a while, but there's not a whole lot of damage power on the point.
Valataja able to take out Icefeld. He's still around, he's still brawling, he's still making this work out, and they are able to retake the point, and now this is danger zone here for the side. Oh no, Ruster and Manitin weren't able to get in. I don't think they realized that REUNITED capped it, so we don't even have an overtime chain here as REUNITED takes round number 3. And move on to round number 4. We'll see what map gets repeated.
It was really just how they dealt with the Pharaoh Mercy positioning, because they're going to be at the top of the map. You mentioned it, it's such a good stage for that combination. And when they went up top on Reunited, it seemed like 2sTroNk didn't have the right answer for him. They tried to dislodge him with a Winston here and there. They tried to just send their own Pharaoh in. Whereas when Reunited lost the point, they sent everyone through top. They sent their Tracer up there first, stuck the Mercy. They had a much better answer to that problem.
Hex. We have even more cavalry on the table. It is now not 2, but 3 Tracers coming out from 2sTroNk.
I think it's a mistake. I think it should run 6.
Oh, no, hang on. They're switching out. Manitin says Roadhog instead.
Okay.
They were thinking about it.
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more Roadhog today in King of the Hill, because I think it's a really good answer to Tracer. And considering how much Roadhog we've seen lately. So they're all going to fight in the courtyard.
They're fighting it out. Voltage able to get the first pick in the beginning. They're not fighting in boopable territory, so Lucio not going to get those key boops. But Voltage just laying in the damage, about to get a triple kill. Voltage, the man of the hour, getting all sorts of work done on Tracer here. And this should set up Reunited for the all-important first cap.
Yeah, I've heard Voltage is pretty good at hit scan.
Pretty decent.
Yeah. Decent.
So, Reunited again take control of this, and good for them. And now we do have the 3 Tracers coming out from the side of 2sTroNk, so no Roadhog no longer. More cavalry on the way. Pulse Bomb's coming out. Icefeld able to stick Morte in the very beginning. 5v5 now on top of the point. As Mineral right now in all sorts of trouble, just going to try and dance around the statue, buying some time, gets taken out anyways by Voltage as the Tracer v Tracer war intensifies.
Yeah, a lot of blinks, a lot of pulses going on here. Unfixed though. Yeah, gets a couple kills. Him and Voltage, that is enough to just eliminate the threat completely. Although Tsini is going to have Pulse Bomb on his way up. That's really all they have going for it.
The one thing that this does help too for the side of 2sTroNk though is that if they are losing, they only have to switch off 2 people to Tracer. They go to the 5 Tracer comp.
It's looking ahead for the future. Strong planning.
So they're moving in. Here comes the speed boost. Sound barrier on the way. Going to give a big boost here to the Reunited squad as they find the point. They get 2 kills to start things out. Zany does fight right back, but still overall advantage here to Reunited. Manitin will he be able to get the pulse bomb he's looking for? Does for the pulse bomb in the back. Does not connect. As Voltage unfixed, definitely getting a little bit more work done on the Tracer right now in this Tracer v Tracer v Tracer v Tracer deathmatch.
So I think the next step for 2sTroNk is to add a couple more Tracers in here. I mean, this Winston is just not getting the value they need. These Lucios, I mean, healing's fine, but it's not Blink and Pulse Bomb, so I think just adding more Tracers is probably the next step.
Yeah, I think Ruster might be joining the Cavalry soon, so will either Zave or Mineral. Look out, it's going to be a thing at 86% now. This is all hands on deck. Anyone that dies here that's not a Tracer for the side 2sTroNk, they are going to morph into a Tracer. They will evolve. Mineral goes down, Manson goes down. 3 quick kills here for Reunited. And now, how long will overtime commence? As Reunited definitely getting the better of this, taking out a whole bunch of people. Icefeld going to be the one last person keeping overtime in progress. They might not be able to get back here in time. No, Manitin does get to a point. We now are up to 4 Tracers, ladies and gentlemen. Zave getting on, Manitin getting on, and here we go. Reunited now playing the Tracer defense force as Tracers swarm onto the point. Overtime about to be over. Icefeld does touch the point before going down.
Looking for a miracle. 6 Tracers.
They're not able to get back on in time. So Reunited, they lost the last fight too decisively from the side of 2sTroNk, so they weren't able to really get into the super long delay tactic. As a result, though, Reunited will get past the winner semifinals, and they will move on to the winners finals, where they will be taking on Misfits.
Yeah, this is going to be a boop when they try to enter in.
Oh, let's break it.
So he's going to rotate all the way over here. Later, guys.
That was such a...
Yeah, I mean, it's really the reason you can't push that corner. Now, I mean, I maybe give him a little too much grief for it, because I think they thought he was over there. They saw both Lucios, then he just speed burst rotated. It's a nice rotation. It's a good play by Cruz. All right, Reunited versus Misfits. Upcoming. That's kind of the matchup I wanted to see today. One, I want to know where Reunited is. 2, I want to get eyes on Shades to see what he's going to play and how he's going to fit that roster. And 3, I want to see how good Misfits is. I think they are a top 2 in EU. If they win today, I think I'm going to have to put them at the top of my list.
I think so, and they've been doing well. Winners Finals is on the way. It's going to be Misfits versus Reunited, and Reunited's still doing pretty well despite the roster change. Of course, Reunited has had issues in recent times just because of change-ups and all the rest, so...
Well, Shades look good on Reaper, and I think Reaper is really important in this meta right now. So if you have a baller Reaper, you're going to do good. If your player who's on Reaper doesn't get value out of it, you're going to struggle. And if you don't see your Reaper's name in the kill feed a lot, then he's not playing good Reaper, because that's just how that hero works.
So we're not going to be taking a break. We're just going to be going right along into winners finals, Reunited versus Misfits. And just wait for Misfits again lobby here. And we'll invite in just a moment.
Yeah, Manitson's just sticking around to do some well-mannered stuff. We're getting teams in here now. We'll get into the map draft.
And by the way, we do have, on top of this, we do have a losers bracket here today. So SG1, which played really, really well versus Misfits, they might not be out of it yet. In fact, if Misfits is able to beat Reunited, who knows? We could see SG1 versus Reunited in the losers side of things.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that. So we're in a best of 3, and then I think we're going to have another couple best of 3s, maybe 1, maybe 2. I'm not sure, really. I think we're just doing best of 3s. As always, I defer to the admins, but yeah. So with the losers bracket, we're just doing best of 3s here. Our next one, of course, as we mentioned, Misfits versus Reunited should be a good one. And 2sTroNk, I think it's going to play SG1 in the losers bracket. We're doing that, but yeah, I don't know. There's a bracket, exclamation point bracket. You can figure it out. I have faith in Twitch chat to be able to read a bracket.
Never has anyone uttered the words, I have faith in Twitch chat, except when you're trying to goad them into spamming emotes.
Yeah.
Now, every now and then you'll say Kappa Kappa 123, and most people say Kappa Kappa 123, but then some people will go, SM Orc will never be slaves, but then if you tell people to say SM Orc, you don't have a response anymore, because even if you say SM Orc will never be slaves, you're still saying SM Orc, and really we win. And now I know that I've destroyed our chat for the next 2-3 minutes after this hits, but it is entirely worth it. PogChamp.
I love how you get like super excited and into like hex sellout mode just when talking about Twitch chat emotes. It's like your favorite part is making Twitch chat bend to your will.
I respect the Twitch emotes, okay? It does a whole lot of good things. Why not?
All right.